do. Yeah.
I'm a female police officer, and I find that offensive.
Do you?
I do, yes.
Well, what are you going to do?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
I find that really offensive.
You're touching me. I find that offensive. I find that offensive.
And your date of birth and where you are from.
What's your date of birth?
No, I'm not at liberty to give you that information.
Me too.
I'm a police officer, my friend. I'm asking for
Please,
your
I
name.
don't come close. It's coronavirus. Say that again. I'm talking to you. Have you got your designated card on you?
I'll see you later.
Can I see your designated card?
TV I'm honoured to. If I want to fly that, this is a legal way I can fly this drone. I've got a license.
These are times when officers tried to act tough or enforce laws they didn't fully understand, but ended up embarrassed on camera. Case 1. At the beginning of this case, a man was standing near a police station and taking photographs. He was not breaking any rule since photography in public is not illegal in the UK. Still, officers immediately grew suspicious simply because of the location. At least 3 times during the encounter, officers demanded his identification and name.
Can I have some ID, please?
ID?
Yes, name and address.
The man kept calmly repeating that he did not have to provide those details unless he was under arrest. One officer insisted it was law to provide a name, but he could not point to the actual legislation. The man kept asking directly whether he was being detained. Each time the answer was no, he made it clear he was free to go. After around 5 minutes, rain began to fall, and he decided to walk away, leaving the officers frustrated. Case 2. This stop occurred when a man driving a car was pulled over for having windows that appeared too dark. According to UK law, the front windows of a car must allow at least 70% of light through.
On the glass,
Which glass?
the windows, has it been tinted?
I bought the vehicle like that.
Okay, just raise the glass for a second. I just need to check something. I'll do fine.
The officer performed a roadside light test with his device. The results showed figures between 61% and 68%, making the officer declare the tint illegal. The driver explained that he had purchased the vehicle directly from a dealership in February 2023 and had not modified the windows himself. The man also pointed out that the device battery was running low, which might affect results. The suggestion of testing the police car clearly made the officer uneasy. Case 3. This next incident took place outside a public building where a man was filming with his phone. A police officer approached and asked several times why he was recording.
Why are you videoing me?
It's quite a sensible conversation.
Okay, I'm listening to you. Why are you videoing me?
The officer did not shout or threaten, but his tone showed clear discomfort about being filmed. The man explained that every time he interacts with police, he records for his own safety and protection. For over 2 minutes, they debated whether filming was normal or suspicious. The man remained polite but questioned whether the officer had proper authority to stop him. Another officer joined briefly, adding to the pressure. In the end, no law was broken, but the man promised he would file a formal complaint. Case 4. Next, a drone pilot in Coventry was handcuffed despite not committing an offense. The video shows him calmly holding his drone and standing still, making no attempt to escape.
Tell your colleague to take the handcuffs off. It's not necessary. I'm not going to run away.
That's fine.
I'm making a video today.
Right. Which other colleagues did you speak to?
The officer placed cuffs on him in an aggressive manner. Instead of addressing it properly, the officer turned the situation into unnecessary detention. Case 5. In this next case, a man was accused of flying a drone near a restricted building. Police claimed they saw him with the device and tried to detain him under Article 26 of Air Navigation Rules. They said they had contacted the Civil Aviation Authority about possibly banning flights in the area.
Am I flying a drone at this minute?
Near the building.
Look, the joypad's not moving. Look at that, guys. He's just said I'm committing an offence.
You can fly the cell. It's not stupid. I own a drone myself.
You want a drone? So am I committing an offence now?
The man calmly explained that he was not operating any drone at the time and that he held a valid license to fly. Despite this, officers searched his bag and arrested him, saying they wanted to check his equipment. Case 6. A homeowner's Ring doorbell captured police attempting to break into his property. The officers arrived without showing a warrant and threatened to smash the door if it was not opened.
Right, that's fine, but I'm just making it clear to you, open the door or we're putting it in.
The footage revealed that the homeowner was not inside at the time and even confirmed he wasn't present, but the police still kept insisting on entry. Case 7. This incident took place while a man was filming at a public event. A female officer approached and said she found his actions aggressive.
I'm a female police officer, and I find that offensive.
Do you? yeah?
I do, yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
I find that really
You're
offensive.
touching me.
She tried to move him away from the space, but the area was not restricted and remained open to the public. Case 8. This case followed a driver who was recording his journey and got pulled over by police. He was accused of driving at around 60 miles per hour, but he denied the claim and pointed out that no evidence was shown.
No, but what are you saying? Right, I'm saying it was speeding.
No, I wasn't speeding.
You wasn't speeding, you know?
No. Right, before we start anything...
The officer still pressed for accountability, and the footage ended with police unable to justify their claims. Case 9. A man filming outside Coventry Central Police Station was confronted by both police officers and staff members. At one point, the questioning began despite him being polite and non-confrontational.
Are you listening or you're asking me a question and then you're not interested? She did the same thing. Why you ask a question if you're not interested?
You can still listen.
The officers still did not back down, continuing to press him with suspicion, but without real cause. Case 10. A man was conducting a public audit near a probation office and being approached by police officers. He explained his purpose, including that his footage was for a YouTube channel with 42,000 followers.
That's fine. So,
No, it's not fine. Can you identify yourself, please?
Why you identify yourself? Huh?
I don't need to identify myself, you do.
Do I?
Yeah, of course you do. It's part of your policy.
Instead of respecting that, they continued to push, suggesting that filming was suspicious.
All I ask you to do is identify yourself. Nothing out of the ordinary that you would normally do. I am being rude because you failed to adhere to your policy.
Case 11. The next encounter began when a driver saw a police car traveling the wrong way down a road without using any emergency lights or sirens. The driver called them out loudly, and this caused the officers to stop him.
What's his name?
All right.
Do you think it's acceptable to drive down the wrong way of the road without your lights on? Did you have your lights on? No, you do have. You're not exempt from the law. You're not exempt from the law. You're not exempt from the law.
The driver complied, but quickly argued that police officers are not above the law. Over the course of the stop, he repeated at least 5 times that they were breaking road rules and should be held accountable just like any citizen. After about 15 minutes of back and forth, with nothing unlawful found on the driver's side, they eventually let him go. The officers appeared uncomfortable, having been called out for their double standards. Case 12. The final case happened when Merseyside police stopped a driver on the road and began asking questions about his car and license. The officer checked all the details, including insurance and registration. The driver, however, grew frustrated because the stop continued even though nothing was found. At one point, he questioned why the officer's colleague was involved and what purpose the check served.
The insurance is on the car, love, I'm insured on this car. No. It's not an offence. No, it's not an offence. All right, what can happen if I haven't got my driver's licence? I can get a ticket. I've never been given a ticket in my life.
Despite several minutes of back and forth, no traffic offenses were discovered. Insurance, license, and car status all came back valid. The driver pointed out the unnecessary nature of the stop. The officer eventually had no choice but to allow him to leave without any fine or warning. And that's all we have for today's episode. Don't forget to comment down your thoughts on this situation, and while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.